Franciscan Missionaries of Mary, Constitutions, Article number 1 says, God calls each one personally to a closer following of Christ, the way, the truth, and the life, for a particular service within the Church. The basis of every call and response is love. God the Father sent His only begotten Son, Jesus, moved by His boundless love for humanity. Jesus too, in His love for His Father and the humanity, came to the earth as a human and brought life by stretching His hands on the cross between the earth and heaven. God has called individuals from the beginning of the time to be at His service. He entrusted them who follow Him with His mission of being prophets, kings, and priests. Those whom He called responded with a great love for Him and His people. Now, let us see how the call of God came to different women who responded to Him with great love and faith.
Sarah, Genesis 18:9-10. Where is your wife Sarah? I will surely return to you in due season, and your wife Sarah shall have a son. God called Sarah in her old age to become the mother of a nation, which later was multiplied and became numerous, just like stars of the sky and sand of the sea. Sarah lived a comfortable life in a prosperous city because of her faith in the promise of God and love for Him. She played a vital role in becoming the mother of a race. She teaches us that everything is possible for God. We can rely on His promises in every situation, no matter how hopeless it might be.
Deborah, Judges 4:8-9. Barak said to her, If you will go with me, I will go. But if you will not go with me, I will not go. And she said, I will surely go with you. God called Deborah to reveal His will for His people and settle the problems among them as a judge. She was courageous to participate in the defeat of Canaanites as per the wish of God. She was self-sacrificing too. She encouraged others to do the right things in God's eye. She was known for her wisdom, courage, and compassionate zeal for justice. She sets before us an example of efficient leadership and worthy living by incorporating wisdom, courage, compassion, and justice in our lives.
Esther 4:14. Perhaps you have come to a royal dignity for such a time as this. God called Esther and crowned her as a Persian queen who used her influence to prevent the genocide of her people. She was beautiful and had a high position as a queen. She She was humble to sought counsel and help from others. She was diplomatic, bold, and respectful while dealing with the king in the process of changing his heart. She established an outstanding example of courage, humility, and modesty. At the time of danger for her people, she identified herself with them and God. Today, Esther invites to stand with the people who suffer and struggle due to various social evils and natural calamities.
Ruth. Ruth 1:16. Where you go, I will go. Where you lodge, I will lodge. Your people shall be my people, and your God my God. God called Ruth to transform her life to fulfill his plan for his people. She was a widow who, out of love for her mother-in-law, Naomi, willingly relocated her life to the new situations. She left her own country and God's to be with Naomi. She was hardworking, devoted, compassionate, respectful, generous, and loyal, even in the face of adversity. God looked upon her and blessed her to be a part of the lineage of Jesus. Ruth reminds us that we need to be hardworking and loyal, even when situations are tough. Certainly, we can open ourselves for the blessing to live as a part of Jesus' family.
Judith, Judith 8:32. Listen to me. I am about to do something that will go down through all generations of our descendants. God called Judith to deliver the people of Israel from the hands of their enemies. She was a beautiful, clever, and daring widow who commanded, planned, and led the people of Israel at the time of threat for their life. She beheaded the foreign conqueror with her plant and saved the Hebrews. She had extraordinary trust in God, willingness to risk her life, and fidelity to God's will. Judith remains for us as a model to take courage in doing our part in alleviating the sufferings of our brothers and sisters.
Mary Magdalene. John 20:18. Mary Magdalene went and announced to the disciples, I have seen the Lord. Mary Magdalene, whom Jesus had saved from her sinful life, was called by God to show his mercy and compassion rather than justice. She was a loyal disciple of Jesus. She traveled with him and witnessed his crucifixion, burial, and resurrection. She teaches us to leave behind our mistakes and experience the joy God gives us by making us a new creation. Are we willing to leave our past behind, like Mary Magdalene, to become a new creation for ourselves and others? Mary Magdalene invites us to become the messengers of joy and hope to those who sit in sadness and despair. Let us introspect whether Our words and actions bring joy and hope or sadness, despair to those we relate to.
Mary, Luke 1:38. Here am I, the servant of the Lord. Let it be with me according to your word. God invited a young virgin called Mary to participate in the salvation history, and she responded with great love by surrendering her will to Him and opening up herself for the consequences she had to endure. In her, yes, the Word of God took flesh in her womb and came to this earth. She remained faithful to the yes she said by accepting everything, even the death of her Son on the cross. Mother Mary teaches us to gracefully accept all the challenges and hardships which part of our yes to God.
Mary of the Passion. I would like to listen to him always and to hear him. It seems to me that I want to do everything that he will tell me to do. God called Mary of the Passion to surrender herself completely to him. She embraced him and his mission with joy, which made her say, "The whole world is my homeland." Her love for him transformed her to enter into the daily adventures. Her love for God was something deeper, more serious and stable than mere sentiments, and for that reason it manifested itself in deeds, attitudes and actions consistent with this love and directed towards God, His people and the sisters in the Institute. Today, let us reflect whether our love is strong enough to be translated into good deeds, positive attitudes, and right actions like her.
Love of God has invited each one of us to surrender to Him by our yes. Let us learn from all the women of God to respond to Him by going beyond ourselves, to use our natural abilities, talents, spiritual gifts, and blessings to serve the world better through our creativity, purposeful life, and effective leadership. Let us be women of God who never turn back from their call to love God and people in thought, word, and deed.